Welcome to the Money Watch Show. It's Sunday, November 16th, and I am your host, Jill Schlesinger, CBS News business analyst and certified financial planner. I am joined by the best executive producer in the world, Mark Talercio, who is also a certified financial planner. Mark, I did pay my fee. I did all of my continuing ed. I am a certified financial planner for 2 whole more years. Didn't it used to be you only paid the fee every other year, and now you pay it every year? What's going on?
Oh, yeah. The continuing ed is every other, but the fee, yes, you're correct. It is every year.
Just for the use of that designation. I love my designation, but that's a lot of moolah. Mark, here we are. It's the middle of November. And the most important thing that I need to put out there for everybody is that this is a year where I really think doing year-end financial planning and tax planning is a biggie. Because did you read the blog posts that I send you before you put them up? You put them up very quickly. I just want you to just really, you do? Just in case?
Yeah, because sometimes I will catch like a small typo or something. But yeah, I always read them.
Okay. I sent Mark right after Halloween, actually on Halloween, I sent him this whole long blog post about year-end financial and tax planning. And as I was diving into the research, I guess I myself wasn't so clear about a lot of those deductions that went into effect. They're in effect for this tax year. It's not just next year. So all these deductions are out there. You have to be below certain income levels. It's like a lot of stuff is going on at once. So I think year-end planning taking place sooner rather than later is extremely important. Weren't you kind of surprised at all the nuance of that?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot going on. Doing it sooner rather than later is ideal. I'm just not sure how many people are actually doing that.
Not our people. Our people are on it. Come on. Hey, if you really want to be inspired, you should join our Jill on Money Live webinar, which is coming up in just a few days. So today is Sunday. On this Wednesday, November 19th, we are going to do a live webinar. It's going to kick you in the tush. You can take all your questions. You can ask that to me and a certified financial planner, Jana Davis, who's going to join me and Mark so that we can go through what the steps are as you approach your year-end tax and financial planning, things that you may not even be thinking of. But to join us, you'll have to be a subscriber, $45 to be a member of Jill on Money Live for the next 12 months. You get this webinar, 3 more, the back catalog, you get bonus audio and video content, all of that. $45 for 1 year. It's pretty good. Anyway, so let's get on with it, Mark, because we have Claire who's waiting to chat with us from the Pacific Northwest. So Claire, you and Mark are both in the same time zone today. So I'm the one who's been up for hours. You guys just for a couple. Welcome to the
morning, Mark.
Good morning to both of you. So what's going on? How can we help you out?
So I am wondering if we can begin to taper back our retirement savings a little bit. We've been going hard at it for a while now. And I'm also, along with that, kind of wondering where we are with our college savings for our kids. What kind of college are we going to be able to afford if we continue saving at this rate? And, can we sort of rethink a little bit about how we're allocating our money? We've been good savers, and I feel like maybe we'd like to have a little more flexibility.
Why not? Aren't you entitled? Claire, how old are you?
I'm 39.
Okay. And you have a spouse because you keep saying we. So how old is the spouse?
He's 44.
Okay. And you got how many kids?
2.
How old?
Let's see. They are 9 and 11.
Okay. I love that. Like, let's do a little let's do a thought experiment. How old are your children? Okay. Now, Claire, are you both working full time?
Yeah, we are.
Okay. So how much do you guys make?
So we make together 105 in W-2 income. Oh, no, wait, sorry. That's just my partner. He makes 105 in W-2 income. I make 60 in W-2 plus 82-ish in 1099.
Oh, so you got a little side hustle going on?
Yeah. I mean, I'd say at this point it's becoming my main hustle.
Oh, that's great. Do you like it?
I love it. I recently kind of quit some of the W-2 stuff and pumping more over time-wise into my own work. And
that's great. So so wait a second. First, let me start with, where do you get your benefits? Through your W-2 or his?
Husband.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
his.
And you guys are both making retirement plan contribution because we're talking about tapering them. So tell us what you've saved so far.
All right. So combined in retirement savings in traditional, we've got 452,
Mm,
and that's spread over 401ks, IRAs, and SEP. And then
okay.
in Roth, we've got 300,000, and that is between 401ks and IRAs.
Okay,
So
great.
currently, we max out our 401ks, we max out our IRAs, and we're doing as much SEP as we can through my business.
Yowza.
So it's about 70,000 a year that we're putting away.
That's a lot. No
It
wonder
is
you're
a
feeling
lot.
like, I want to taper. I want to have
Yeah,
some fun.
exactly.
Um,
Like our retirement's starting to sound great. Can we get there a little sooner?
yeah. Or like, let's enjoy today and then we can
Exactly.
retire. Okay. So
Yeah,
that's great. Do you guys own a home?
we do. Yeah.
How much would you guess it's worth?
I think it's probably between 525 and 575.
I'm going to say 550. That's how
I
I
love
roll.
it.
I pick the middle. Do you guys have a mortgage?
Yeah, we owe 187.
That's it?
Yep.
Oh, because the house just appreciated. What's the mortgage interest rate?
Oh, you're going to love this. 2 1/8.
Stop it.
And we have 10 years remaining on it.
Oh my God. Do not
Yeah,
prepay
right.
anything. See, this is
Oh,
when
no.
you wish that you were
Definitely not.
like, could I possibly have borrowed more money? Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I know. I know. At the time, we were so laser focused on that interest rate. And it's like, wow, yeah, should have
Incredible.
just taken
Really
more.
incredible.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
And so you're able to sock away all this money because the cost of the mortgage, and even
Yeah.
if your taxes are high, your homeowners is high, but it's all like very doable for you guys.
Oh,
Be,
for sure.
so
Yeah.
beyond the mortgage, there's no other debt that's floating around?
We have a vacation home.
Oh, okay. All right. Look at you.
Yeah.
Poor me. Can I taper? I'm not doing anything. But I have a
No,
vacation
I
home.
wasn't
What's it?
saying that, but
Okay.
yeah.
What is that worth?
So that one's worth, I'd say probably 600,000. But we'd really never sell it.
Okay. Mortgage?
Yep, we owe 175.
Mm-hmm. At?
That one's at 6%.
Okay. Look at her.
But it's a
Six.
family loan, so that feels less
What do
painful.
they didn't really give you a big break.
No, not at all.
Yeah. Let me help you
I
out.
know.
The rate right now is 6.5. We'll give you 6.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
Ay, ay, ay. Okay.
I mean, I like the freedom of knowing that like there would be some leniency if we ever needed it. And
Right. There's not like
I
some
mean that
big.
family might die before we pay off this
Well,
loan.
that's
And
only
so,
that. There's
you
your
know,
upside.
yeah, right.
Wow, that's funny. So, not renting this. This is just for use, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. And no other rental property?
No.
Okay. So, we have all this money in both traditional and Roth. We've got your house, we've got your vacation home. How about brokerage account? Any money in a brokerage account?
So we literally just started a brokerage account. So
Okay.
we've got 3,000 there. We're putting in 1,000 a month.
Okay.
And, that's one of the little earmarked items that I'm like, should we be putting more in there instead of, some of these other savings vehicles?
Have you started saving for college for 9 and 11-year-old?
Yeah, we have. So in 529s, we've got for the 11-year-old 77,000. In the 529 for the 9-year-old, we have 66. And then we've also got Roth IRAs for both of them, and those each have 34,000 in them.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Great. Thank you. That feels good.
Yeah, no, I mean, especially in the Roth part. Can you help me understand the priority for you guys right now? Like, as you look at like, all right, we're kicking ass, we're doing this, but what's bubbling up as the thing you want to really be clear about, or the 3 things that you really want to make sure you're taking care of?
It's several, right? So number one is we want to provide a fully funded education to our kids, but we don't necessarily have a bright line as to whether that's like private or public. And I'd kind of like to know at this point, what are we on track to provide at a fully funded rate? So that's one. The second one would be, do we have some flexibility to think about moving? I have been totally married to our interest rate, but there's a lot about the house that would be nice to have some, have a different place. And then the third priority would be, could we think about putting our kids in private school in a couple of years, maybe for high school?
How much would that cost, that private school?
I think we'd be looking at 4,000 a month for both of them. So 2,000, 24 grand a year for each.
Why, you have crappy schools there?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mark, do you see how I did that? Okay. So, all right. In the 529, what are you putting in there each month?
We're putting 1,500 a year into each 529, 1,500 a year because we're pumping the IRAs more. So
The Roth
1,500
IRAs?
each. Yeah, exactly. So we're putting 7,000 into the Roth IRAs, each Roth IRA every year.
In doing that, is your idea that you want them to actually have that money stay outside of education and that they have this basis for their own retirement, or do you want them to be able to tap it for their education as well?
We want them to be able to tap it for their education, but we like the flexibility of it, knowing that, if they end up getting some significant scholarships or choosing a less expensive college, that then that money can be there for them for, a down payment or, of course, for retirement.
Mm-hmm. Okay. In your spending right now, just in general, what are you spending on a monthly basis?
We spend about $9,500 a month,
I'm
not
going to say
including
10.
taxes or saving.
I'm going to
All
say
right.
10. So that's 10 grand in real expenses and you're not including any saving as part of that, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And
got
no
it.
taxes.
Okay. When you look ahead and you say, gosh, could I move? What would that move mean besides giving up that deliciously low mortgage interest rate? What would you have to buy to be happy in the place where you are?
I think we'd be looking at probably spending $900,000 on a place.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And when you want to spend that 900 grand, would that mean that you would sell your primary and your vacation home or just the primary?
No way are we selling the vacation.
Wow. All right.
That's
You
top
put that
priority.
red line right there.
We would
Okay.
do anything to keep that place. So
Okay.
that's number one.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I would say moving there is not out of the question.
I was going to ask that. That's interesting.
Yeah. So selling the primary would, be the leading idea, but I also wonder if it makes some sense to hold on to the primary as a rental.
It would if you had money outside of somewhere. Don't go to your family for another mortgage because they'll probably charge you 9% right now. Sorry, friends of Claire and family. You guys have your estate documents done?
Yeah, we do.
Okay. And life insurance, what do you have?
Yeah, so we've got $1 million on my husband, plus a little bit of workplace coverage, and 1.25 on me.
And you think this side hustle is you think in the end that you will not have W-2 income? In other words, will you go all and just be a sole proprietor and run your business?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
within a couple of years.
And do you think that has more upside than staying with that W-2 income, right?
Yeah, I do.
How's your emergency savings, sister?
We've got 50 grand, and then we keep a ton of cash on hand. So including emergency savings, we've always got about 100,000 on hand.
Okay. So you have 100 in total cash.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Got it. Is your husband's job secure?
Yes.
Okay. Good. And so you got these rich family members, so you don't have to worry about taking care of them. Is there anyone in your family besides your kids you think you might have to take care of?
Fortunately, no.
Okay. That's great. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Remember, what are our three things that we're thinking about? Fully fund education, maybe private school for high school, and flexibility to move. And obviously retire at some point, because I know you put money in retirement.
Yeah.
So I'll put that as number 4.
Yeah.
Are either of you entitled to a pension?
No.
Okay. Sorry. Just a little joke amongst us.
Salt
And do you
there,
think that you would we talked about early retirement, but if you could take your foot off the pedal of saving, do you think you'll work till when?
I think we would love to, by 60, be both scaling down to like part-time and then be fully retired by 65.
Got it. I tend to think that the 529 is sort of a cleaner and more elegant solution. And I would probably kind of let's just leave those Roth accounts as is. Do we need to have that much ready for them? You can always put 35 unused into Roth later. The 11-year-old's getting close, it's happening.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So here's what I would do if I'm you.
Yeah.
You're maxing out your 401k. He's maxing out his 401k, whatever. It's fine. My guess is that the IRA, are you doing non-deductible IRAs? Or are you able to deduct at this point?
We're doing Roth IRAs.
Okay. So you're doing Roth IRAs. You got this 100 grand in cash, right? Why don't you just put 20 grand in each of the 529 accounts right now? And can you live with that? I don't know if you can live with a lower cash amount, but you have the money available. I would
Yeah.
rather like just pop some money, even if maybe it's not, if you don't want to do that, you could do 15 each. I would put the money in there right now. Did you already do your 1,500 for the year?
Not completely.
Okay. So I would just put an extra chunk of money and get that money going now. Like the lump sum today, even if the market collapses, it will come back and
Yeah.
you will have plenty of time. So I would just beef those 529 accounts up right now and get that
Okay.
going. So you don't have to think about
Okay.
it. It doesn't sound to me like private high school would be that hard for you, because it sounds to me like all you would need to do essentially is just not put as much money away for your own retirement.
Hmm.
So, and you'd
Yeah,
probably
and I
pay it
think
out
that's
of
the big
cash flow.
question. Like, is that okay?
Yeah,
Can
why
we
not?
not put away as
But I
much?
mean, I think you
So,
guys have a good,
right.
you've got such a good, so you're fully funding your Roth IRAs, you're maxing out your 401ks, you're, 70,000 is a lot to be saving at your age. You're
Yeah,
like not
it
even,
is.
you're sort of like mid-career. So if you
Yeah.
said to me, okay, instead of 70, we're going to put 50 in, and we're going to
Okay.
take that extra 20, and that's what we're going to use for private high school, then do it.
Hmm.
What the heck? I mean,
Okay.
we'll see where they are. Maybe, I don't know. You know your kids better than I do. But if
Yeah.
this is important to you, then you should probably do it. I think that the flexibility to move is the big question mark to me. I don't know if you have that in your game plan right now. Here's
Hmm.
how it would work. If you really want the flexibility to move and you really want to hold the vacation home, then it is selling your house and getting a fat mortgage. Because why? Because your business has taken off. But that's a lot
Yeah.
of pressure to put yourselves under.
Yeah, it is. And I think one of our greatest like financial successes in life is that we've really made sure that we don't put ourselves in positions where we feel a
Yeah.
lot of that pressure. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you wanted it and God, we have to do it. Maybe you like chill for a bit. It's a nice low mortgage rate. If interest rates come down, obviously, you refinance the vacation home.
Yeah.
But I think that a move like that would mean, okay, now we have a $500,000 mortgage, right?
Yeah.
Probably somewhere about
Yeah.
that, 5, 6.
Yeah.
That's a real number, right?
Sure is.
Especially if you're going to go to building your own business, I think that the only downside, which is, you have much greater upside, but you also have the inconsistency of income sometimes, right?
Yeah, right.
And
Yep.
so that also feels a little bit like a bridge too far. Okay, now let's say that your rich family, someone passes away. Okay.
Hmm.
And what they say is, part of our whole game plan is that we'll forgive the debt that Claire and her husband owe us as part of like our estate, and
Yeah.
you also inherit a bunch of money. Yeah, okay. Then all of a
Sure.
sudden you got some stuff going on. So here's what I think we should do. I think you make some lump sum deposit into the 529 accounts. Okay, so
Okay.
maybe this year, maybe some this year, some next year, right? So you can do it like in November and January. Just like get the next 2 years funded up so you don't have to
Okay.
think about it. Okay. Then I think from your cash flow, where are both of your retirement plans held? Which companies? Is there one that's a better one than the other? Like,
Let's see. I mean, husband is with Fidelity.
mhm.
Mine is with Vestwell.
I have no idea what
And
that means. I've never heard of such a thing. Okay.
and then both of our IRAs and my SEP are with Betterment.
Okay. All right. So I don't know if Vestwell is any good or not, but
Hmm.
what I would say is that I would pull back on yours and maybe just go to the match and
Okay.
take whatever you can and then start redirect to the brokerage account. You're doing a
Okay.
great job. You guys are
Okay.
amazing. But 70 grand on your income, is
Yeah,
a
it's a lot.
lot of money. It
Yeah.
really is,
Okay.
with 2 kids. So I think it's okay to pull back a little bit. You got $750,000 saved already in retirement. So I think you're totally on track on the retirement side. I just think that the pressure you may be feeling is somewhat self-imposed because you're
Right.
saving so much,
Yeah. Okay.
right?
Yeah. That's great. Thank
All
you.
right. So that sounds like a game plan. Well, Claire from the Pacific Northwest, thank you for joining us. And if you're like Claire and you're in your late 30s and you're saving a lot of money for retirement because, oldsters like me and Mark, he's not old, youngsters like Mark, we tell you to start saving, save early. Maybe you've got this big base and it's time to redirect your resources. If you feel like that's you, then get in touch with us. Go to jillonmoney.com. click the contact us button, write us a note. And if you'd like to join us live, check the box. Mark will do everything else. Hey, while you're on the website, sign up for the free weekly newsletter. It comes out every single Friday. Mark does a great job with that. You can subscribe to us on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts. And I would like to tell you that Mark is Mark Gillier, the co-host and executive producer and the king of all things web at JillOnMoney.com. We drop our episodes on Saturdays and Sundays. Try to do something nice for someone else today. Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you next week.